For 25 years, every speech recognizer on Earth was a hidden Markov model. Every one. Dragon Naturally Speaking, Google Voice Search's first version, Siri's first version, the little dictation module in your 90s Toshiba laptop. Same math underneath. Then in 2012 it stopped being one. Overnight. And I want to tell you exactly what an HMM is, and exactly what killed it. Hidden Markov models, trellises, hidden states, forward algorithms, Viterbi decoding, 10 minutes. And by the end you'll understand why HMMs owned speech recognition for a quarter century, and why they don't anymore. Last video we built NGRAM language models, counting how often the cat is followed by sat. Simple, powerful. But n-grams give you probabilities of word sequences. What if the thing you actually see isn't the word? It's an audio signal, or a bag of pixels, or a chemical sequence, and the words are hidden behind that signal. That's the setup. HMMs solve. Here's the puzzle for today. You've got a chain of events happening, someone speaking words in order, but you can't observe the events directly. All you get is a noisy signal. Question: given the signal, what were the events? That's called decoding. And for 25 years, the answer was model it as a hidden Markov model and solve it with the Viterbi algorithm. Today's 3 beats. First, what an HMM actually is. Hidden states, observations, 2 probability matrices. That's the whole model. Second, the 3 classic problems: evaluation, decoding, learning, and the algorithms that solve each. Third, 2012. The overnight death of HMM speech recognition, why deep learning ate it, and where HMMs still live. Beat 1. An HMM has 2 layers. A top layer of hidden states, the thing you actually care about but can't see. A bottom layer of observations, the noisy signals you actually receive. In speech recognition, the hidden states are phonemes. The observations are little chunks of audio, 10 milliseconds each, frames, and the model connects them. 2 probability distributions run the whole thing. First, transition probabilities, P of the next hidden state given the current one. If I just said K, how likely is AE to come next? Second, emission probabilities, P of the observation given the current hidden state. If the state is AE, what does the audio typically look like? That's it, a Markov chain over hidden states, plus emissions on the side, hence the name. Why hidden? The Markov chain is happening. States transitioning to states, but you never see the states. You only see emissions. It's like watching someone's shadow through a curtain. You infer what they're doing from what you can observe. That inference is the whole game. Beat 2. The 3 classic problems Rabiner laid out in his 1989 tutorial paper. The single most cited paper in the history of speech recognition. Problem 1. Evaluation. Given a model and a sequence of observations, how likely is that sequence? Solved by the forward algorithm. It's dynamic programming. It runs in linear time in the length of the sequence. Beautiful. Problem 2. Decoding. Given a model and observations, what was the most likely sequence of hidden states? This is speech recognition itself. What did the person say? Solved by the Viterbi algorithm. Also dynamic programming. Also linear time. Named for Andrew Viterbi, who invented it in 1967 for satellite communications. Turns out satellites and speech had the same underlying math. Problem 3. Learning. You have data. You don't have model parameters. Estimate them. Solved by the Baum-Welch algorithm, which is a specific instance of expectation maximization. Iteratively guess the parameters, compute expected state occupancies, re-estimate, repeat. This is how you train an HMM, and it's the algorithmic ancestor of a lot of modern machine learning. Beat 3. 25 years of HMM speech recognition. Then 2012. Hinton, Deng, and Yu published a paper showing that a deep neural network, replacing the HMM's emission model, cut word error rates by roughly 30%. Overnight, every serious lab in the world switched. By 2015, nobody was training pure HMM systems for English speech recognition. 10 years of accumulated engineering, gone. Why did HMMs lose? The transition matrix was fine. The Markov assumption was mostly fine. The problem was the emission model. Gaussian mixtures were quietly bottlenecking everything. Deep networks were way better at modeling what a phoneme sounds like. Same HMM skeleton, new emission engine. And then a few years later, end-to-end sequence models replaced the whole thing. RNNs, then attention, then whisper. But HMMs didn't die everywhere. In bioinformatics, gene finding, protein structure prediction, HMMs are still standard. In part-of-speech tagging, classical HMM taggers are still competitive baselines. In any domain where you have a clean generative story with hidden states and discrete observations, HMMs still work. The math wasn't wrong, it was just outclassed on the one specific task everyone judged it by. 3 takeaways before the quiz. 1. An HMM is a Markov chain of hidden states with emissions on the side. 2 matrices, transitions and emissions. 2. 3 problems: evaluation via forward, decoding via Viterbi, learning via Baum-Welch, all dynamic programming. 3. 2012 killed HMMs in speech, not because the math was wrong, because deep nets modeled emissions better. HMMs still live in biology and tagging. Quiz 1. What algorithm solves the decoding problem in an HMM? A forward algorithm, B. Viterbi algorithm, C. Baum-Welch algorithm, or D. Gradient descent? B. Viterbi. Forward computes the probability of the observation sequence. Evaluation. Baum-Welch estimates the parameters. Learning. Viterbi finds the single most likely state sequence. Decoding, which for speech recognition is exactly the question, what did the person say? Quiz 2. What triggered the 2012 collapse of HMM speech recognition? A. Supreme Court ruling. B. Hinton, Deng, U. Deep neural networks replaced the HMM's emission model, cutting error 30%. C. A patent expiration. Or D. HMMs were mathematically disproven. B. Deep nets replaced Gaussian mixture emissions. Same HMM skeleton for a couple of years. Then end-to-end sequence models replaced the whole thing by 2017. The HMM math was fine, the emission engine was the bottleneck. Quiz 3. Where do HMMs still get used in 2026? A nowhere. B. Bioinformatics, gene finding, protein structure, and part-of-speech tagging baselines. C. Only for cryptocurrency. Or D. Only in academic textbooks. B. Biology and tagging. Any domain with a clean generative story, discrete hidden states, and countable observations. HMMs didn't die. They just got outclassed on the one high-profile task everyone judged them by. Back to the puzzle. HMMs solved a specific shape of problem. Hidden discrete states, one signal at a time. For 25 years that was speech. Then the signal itself got too rich, and deep learning ate the emission engine. But even the deep learning replacement inherits the same insight: separate what you see from what you want. Next video, we talk about a very different math problem. What happens when your representations get too big? Next time, the curse of dimensionality. You'd think more features always help. They don't. Past a point, more features make your model dumber. And the math is brutal. Bellman named this in 1961. 8 minutes, real geometry, no hand-waving. Hit subscribe.